Knife dope. More dope. Come and get your fix. What's up, fuckers? Your boy is back with a fresh batch of dope. KnifeDope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. I got nothing but pure goddamn USA dope to share with you people today. That's right. You know I never shit you. Before we get to today's video, got to give a big thank you and big shout out to the man, the sponsor of this video. None other than Don Farmer, otherwise known as D&K Knives. D&K Knives have got all the dope you need, whether foreign or domestic. And he's now accepting Sezzle. So you can make those irresponsible purchases interest-free. Over 4 payments, I might add. Just be sure to use code KnifeDope for 10% off that purchase. Okay, people, the shilling has stopped. Let's get to the dope. All right, people. Plot twist. Before we dive into this one, because this is something goddamn special, I had something else that touched down late last night, and we're about to dive into that one first. Now, this is going to actually right a wrong of mine that has took place, or rather that happened to me earlier this year. A lot of people actually wondered why this didn't happen sooner. I'm sure people probably thought I was going to try to make this reacquisition happen earlier, but I wasn't going to at first. But I'm weak, and FOMO is real, so I had to do what I had to do. Today's unboxing knife is one of many that Mr. Don Farmer sent me to check out. Now, I'm not sure if he knew I already had the AD20 in my collection, but he sent me the factory titanium version to the AD20. 3V blade steel, beautiful clip point blade. This has actually got a satin finish. I don't think I've ever seen a Demko satin finish blade in person. Every blade I've ever seen of his, I think, has been stonewashed, pretty sure. But it feels good. But I'm going to tell you what, and you know I never shit you. I've got my my AD20, which has these original goat scales. These original goat scales are better than, in my opinion, are better than the factory scales you get for the AD20. Number one, the texture is a little, or rather the milling is deeper on the original goat. Also, like when it comes to the finger grooves and the actual handle itself, the chamfer that is done by original goat is just night and day better than the factory scales on this AD20. Now, please don't get it confused. These are still fantastic scales coming directly from Demko himself, but these, goddammit, shit, next level. So you know what that means. If you like these scales, go ahead and head on over there to originalgoat.com. Treat yourself. I would. Just be sure to use code FUCKER for 15% off that purchase. All right, back to what we had scheduled. Now, this is a purchase I made on the fly. I had no intention of buying this knife at least anytime soon, but I did. I damn sure did. And like I said, this is going to be righting a wrong of mine, or not of mine, but, you know, a wrong that happened to me. Bunch of fuckery. There's a lot of fuckery going on out there nowadays. But yeah, let's see what we got. We got 2 things, actually. I don't even know what the hell this is, but you can see it's in the butcher paper, so you already know. You can smell it through the wrap. In case you can't tell, I made my purchase from BLT Trading. Let the good times roll. Oh, okay, I think I know what this is. We about to find out. This should be, yeah, metallic dice. That's pretty fucking cool. Got a little weight to them. Take a chance, bitches. What we got? All right, and that was cool. Yeah, I think being that whatever the hell I bought must have hit a certain price plateau, and yeah, they gave me those, so those will we'll put those on camera. All right, now back to this. This is the important shit. Now, you know how we do over here at KnifeDope Studios? We like to buy knives over and over again. And we did. Ended up getting another Koenig. Shit. Now, I have owned the original, or rather the OG Koenig, full-size Koenig, Arius. I've owned the mini Arius. I had a whole debacle that took place earlier this year. Bunch of fuckery by a gentleman by the name of, actually, we're not even going to call him by his name. We'll just call him by his nickname, Cocksucker. So the Cocksucker had did me real dirty, switched the blade on me on one of my mini Ariuses. So I had to add it again. And this time around, I ended up getting a little bit of a different one. Not much different, but a little bit different. We've got a M390 with the core to finish, which I think is the best milling, the milling pattern they offer on the mini Arius. Here she is, up close and personal. This time around, I went with like a bronzed hardware as far as the variation goes. I absolutely love that milling pattern. Flipper, of course, they did not have the non-flipper in stock, so I did what I had to do. Woo! Detent is dialed the fuck in. So it's now official. The mini Arius is now back here in my collection. Now, as far as flipper delete goes, you know what's going to happen. It's just going to take a little bit of time as I will find the right individual for the job. I think I'll probably lean towards Alfred at AR Customs. Alfred has just been so good to me as far as my mods goes. I've never had an issue with with any of the work he's done. Sometimes you got to wait, you know, but as they say, good things come to those who wait. Wonderful USA made folder here. We've got this gorgeous, slightly contoured titanium scales, deep hollow grind on this little drop point apparatus. We've got the two-tone finish on the blade, Koenig branding. Yeah, you guys have seen it before. So happy for myself. You guys should be too. We've got more USA dope in the collection. Never a bad thing. But, you know, while I got this out, I was going to go ahead and put a comparison up, something that I think kind of gives a very similar vibe to the mini Arius. That, of course, is the Giant Mouse GM11. Love this knife. Unfortunately, you will not get this unless you find it on the secondary. But this is a numbered piece. I think there was only 450 or 400 worldwide. Very similar aesthetics, very similar ergos. Love the fact that I've got no flipper on this one versus the flipper on the mini Arius. All right, now let's get to the real star of the show. Attention to Detail Mercantile. Now, if you don't know about this company, I'm gonna learn you. USA made company, or rather USA company, I should say. Veteran owned. It is a small veteran owned and operated shop. They only produce a few hundred custom pieces a year. That's right, a year. All parts are made, assembled, and hand finished right here in the US. They specialize like in hard use gentleman's knives. Essentially, they're like extremely functional art pieces that they recommend that can be easily carried daily and then hand down through generations. That's a little bit of a backstory on the actual company itself. There are two gentlemen to the company. We've got a gentleman by the name of Douglas, who's like, I believe, the head guy. And then Noah. I don't know if Noah's his son or not. It looks like it might be his son. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But Noah is full-time, or rather, Douglas is full-time. Noah is actually still enlisted in the Marine Corps. Hoorah! And Douglas is also a veteran of the Corps as well. So I believe Noah's a reservist in the Corps, so he's kind of there half-time at the shop. But anyways, the shop is located in Mississippi. I had always heard about Attention to Detail, but I had never pulled the trigger on any of their knives. But fortunately, I got friends in high places, specifically Mr. Don Farmer, who sent me this beauty. And when I say beauty, that is an understatement. This is the Mark I medium. Now, something else that this company does, I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on, is they actually got two types of knives that they offer. They offer a small batch knife, a small batch production knife, and then they also offer a custom knives. This is the custom knife version. These come in at $775. A couple of forms of deployment, pardon me. Nice little flipper tab, and of course, a pill-shaped cutout. Let's check it out. Woo! Detent is dialed the fuck in. Look at this blade, people. Look at this whole presentation. Now, the medium size of Mark 1 comes in at 7.75 inches. So perfect size in my opinion. We've got the gorgeous drop point blade here in magna cum laude. 3.2 inches of it. Now, they've got what we call, or what they're calling, a rising grind. It is a hollow grind, but you can see it kind of goes up. Very, very good looking. Love the fact that they got a nicely crowned spine as well. Blade stock thickness, wait for it, 162 thousandths. They ain't fucking around. Now, ergos, due to that flipper tab, you would think it'd kind of be an issue, but it's really not. You can't even trigger pull or trigger hold the blade, or rather the knife as well. Now, this version has got the M16 grip here on these gorgeous two-tone bronze finished titanium scales. Frame lock is your locking mechanism. Wonderfully done milled pocket clip with the same pattern. Plenty of clearance over the lock bar relief. We're sitting at about 20% on lockup. Now, usually when I have a frame lock like this where there's no scale pulled back to allow access to the lock bar, usually I have issues with that. But this one, there's no issues, man. It's kind of weird. Now, this is riding on phosphorus bronze washers, so it is glassy, glassy smooth. There is a little bit of lock stick, but I do not mind it at all. I'm not sure if it'll work itself out. This is brand new, people. I'm not sure if it'll work itself out, or if that's just the price of doing business with this holder. We've got a couple of finger grooves there as well, a couple of finger choils. Love the overall aesthetic of this knife. As far as weight goes, we got like 5.1 ounces, so not too heavy. Nicely done blackened titanium hardware as well as barrel spacers. Just a fantastic knife. Now, there are, like I mentioned about, there's two different types of knives they do as far as custom versus the small batch production. Let me give you guys a couple of the differences between those. I wrote them down so we can go over them together. On the left here is the custom shop. On the right here is the small batch production. You can see on the custom, they're giving us hand ground bevels versus machine ground bevels on the small batch production. Then we've got machined or hand sculpted titanium pocket clips versus your bent pocket clips. All titanium hardware on the custom shop versions, and then steel or a mix of steel and titanium hardware on the small batch. Now, when it comes to the, you can see here that on the left side on the custom shop, they have been producing these premium folders since 2021. And then if you decide to go with a small batch production version of the knife, you're gonna get the same quality blade and basic scale materials with simplified finishes. What else did I put down there? With significant savings as compared to custom shop creations. Great EDC users. That was one of the things I said on the website, that, if you go with the small batch production knife versus the custom knife, you should have less of an issue, but at least mentally, with carrying it daily, using it more so. I think the price difference I was seeing, like on this one, for instance, the small batch came in somewhere right over 400 versus the 775 on this custom version. Now, as far as the flipper goes, there is no jimping, but it works just fine. No problems with that. I dig it, man. Like I had mentioned before getting this in hand, I had kind of heard mixed reviews, not reviews, but just mixed feelings on the knife. I heard a lot of people loved attention to detail. And then I had a couple people who swore that they were just not what they were meant to be, or they were overrated. I can't say that. I had this in the pocket yesterday, all goddamn day. Cut a few things, allegedly, and it is goddamn enjoyable, man. I really think I need to add this to the collection. Who wants to give me $700 so I can do it? All right, let's go ahead and put some knives up for some size comparison. Basically, a little bit of knife flexing. You know how the fuck we do. Gonna roll with America first. We're gonna come like this. Spyderco, pair of 3, rocking those RG custom metalwork scales. More American dope for your palate. We're going to go with the ABW Model 1 button lock. So there you see those. Let's do a couple more, shall we? A knife that I love and many of y'all hate, but it ain't going nowhere. That, of course, is the Benchmade Narrows. And then we've got what I think is quite possibly the best company here in the USA making knives. And that, of course, is Craig Brown. And that is the Mini FSD, number 427 to be exact. So there you see those. Let's do two more. God damn it, two more. How about some Taiwan vibes? We're going to come with the Quiet Carry 9. And then last but certainly not least, how about a cold steel? We're going to go with the FM1, now known as the Full Metal Atlas. So there you see the Mark 1 up against those. I'm telling you, I know I've said it a few times in this goddamn video, but this company is someone that I can stand behind. I really am. You know, like, I know that we spoke about it before. It isn't no secret, and I think right now, possibly more so than ever, people have been trying to make a conscious effort to support USA companies, buy USA-made products, and I think I'm going to even try to do that more. You know, initially, or rather, whenever I make a knife purchase, my first thought is to try to find a USA-made knife. And then if I don't see something I like or what have you, something I can't get, then, you know, typically I'll look for other countries of origins. But man, oh man, am I a new fan of this attention to detail Mercantile. Just everything they represent, I'm all about. You should be too. Well, there we have it, goddammit. Mark 1. Big thank you again, of course, goes out to the legendary Don Farmer for sending this dope my way. And of course, big thank you to DLT for selling me another mini Koenig Arius. Pure USA dope. Now back here at KnifeDope Studios. But more importantly, I want to know what you fuckers think. Tell me all about it. Love you, mean it. Until the next time. Cut something. Cut someone. Just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers.